It is my special honor to welcome all gathered to the opening convocation of the 2019-2020 academic year. This ceremony is convened as a tradition at American colleges and universities as a formal introduction to the important work that is at the core of the undergraduate education. I am Dr. Shelley Chandler, the college's provost, and it is my honor to preside over this inaugural ceremony of the school year. Although this is an audience of many interests, I want to extend special greetings to our new students and to direct my comments most directly to you. Seated at the platform and in the front rows for this ceremony are the faculty that will be instrumental in your Beacon career. Their presence today is intended to convey three vital messages. Number one, we welcome you, and we've been awaiting your arrival. Number two, we are here for you to guide, to instruct, and to embrace your dreams. And number three, we believe in you and share your ambitions. Be assured there is a responsibility on your end as well. We are a proud collegiate community and have clear expectations as to your role in the teaching and learning process. We can confirm, however, as a generation of Beacon students and graduates can attest, that if you accept and take full advantage of the collegiate experience as the gift that it surely is, your life will be transformed. With academic regalia and pomp, yes, even a piper, this is a formal and ceremonial occasion. It is no less a joyous one. You have arrived on campus. However anxious you may be about this new experience, please take a moment of justifiable pride that you are entering a competitive college community destined to change your life and your perspectives of the possible and the achievable in your life and future. Others on the stage await the opportunity to greet you new students and your families. Each will offer a welcome from a special vantage point that reflects the range, the depth, and the focus of the Beacon College experience. No academic community is more motivated nor more accomplished in eliciting the best of undergraduate students than Beacon College. Our mission demands that great teaching and instructional support are at the core of all we do. Understanding this reality, the arbiters of excellence in our classrooms are our faculty. It is therefore my privilege to call upon Professor Richard Perrone, the chair of the Department of Human Services and Psychology, to address and welcome the newest members of the student body. Dr. Perrone?
Thank you, Dr. Chandler. Hello, everyone. Before coming here today to make this presentation, my wife said to me, whatever you do, don't try to be too charming, witty, or intellectual. Just be yourself. I was like, what? Good afternoon, class of 2023. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome you here today. Today is a very important and special day. It's the start of your college career. This may be the most exciting and memorable day of your life. Today you become responsible and independent. Most people have hopes and dreams and that they desire to reach. Some work very hard at reaching those hopes and dreams, and some make excuses why they can't reach those hopes and dreams. However, successful and happy people take the steps to reach their potential. The fact that you're sitting here today means you are one of those people taking the steps towards reaching your potential. Right now, the question is, how do you move forward? What does it mean to be more responsible, independent, and a good steward of your education that you are so fortunate to receive? First, you have to acknowledge those who made your college experience possible. It's important to prepare as you move toward the future to be grateful to those who have brought you to this place, such as your parents, extended family, friends, and mentors. Have an attitude of gratitude. Show your gratitude by putting forth your greatest effort and doing your best while attending Beacon College. Some of you may have been dreaming about this day for some time, and there are some of you that have heard that maybe this was out of reach. And there may be some of you that were told or thinking, well, is this really important? Do I really need to go to college? Well, according to a large research body, which includes the Bureau of Labor Statistics and Luma Foundation, the answer is an overwhelming yes. College graduates earn more on average, approximately 64% more than non-degree holders. College degree holders are less likely to face unemployment. The unemployment rate is actually half of non-degree holders. College graduates are more likely to experience job satisfaction, about twice as much as a non-degree holder. College degree holders are more likely to be homeowners, have better overall health, have better and longer lasting relationships, and experience a 20% higher rate of happiness. And if those outcomes aren't enough, when you graduate, you can wear one of these cool outfits. There's many more facts about through research that demonstrate that there is definitely a measurable benefit to obtaining your college degree. The evidence is really overwhelming that the investment in a college education pays in big ways for both the individual and society. However, what really matters and really important is that college is what you make of it. You could be told what college should be like, but fortunately, college is a unique experience for us all. Although the college experience is different for all of us, please remember that here at Beacon, you will never be alone. And that is the truth. You are joining one of the most supportive communities imaginable. From the board members, to the president, to the provost, faculty and staff, all are exceptional and fully committed to your success. These folks are not just experts in their fields, they are supportive, engaging, enthusiastic, and they care about you, the student, to make you successful. These next few years are going to be amazing, challenging, stressful, and unpredictable, just like the real world. Frederick Douglass, an American social reformer and author, noted, "If there's no struggle, there is no progress." As a result of the various academic challenges you may face while attending Beacon College, you will become stronger, refined, resilient, and overall improved version of yourself. You will have many choices to make, however, here at Beacon College, but you always have constant support. Whether you turn to a family member, a friend, or teacher or staff member, there's always someone ready and willing to help you. You will discover who you really are as you navigate through your schooling. It's important for you to go out of your comfort zone and take those healthy risks to make you successful. It has been said that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take some healthy risk and get away from your comfort zone. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living now." We have all heard that you should have something to fall back on in case we fail. However, in my view, it's better to fall forward and not back, so this way you can see where you're headed and make those necessary adjustments towards success. Gene Kratz, the flight director for NASA's Apollo 13 moon mission, would continually say to his staff, "Failure is not an option." I think you will agree that failure is just a setback and an opportunity to learn and improve. Albert Einstein stated, "If you never failed, then you've never tried anything new." It's interesting to note that Albert Einstein was considered a failure from an early age by some around him. He did not speak until he was almost 4 years old. He did not speak fluently until he was 12 years old, and his teachers thought he wouldn't amount to much. However, Einstein didn't prove his naysayers wrong overnight. This was a journey. It took dedication, perseverance, and a willingness to fail. In fact, those failures were what made it possible for him to achieve what he has and become the genius we know of him now. Why? Because he learned from all those so-called failures, and you can do the same. Believe in yourself and open those endless possibilities in your life. Work at getting rid of those unjustified fears, the self-doubt that we have sometimes, in order to build self-esteem and self-confidence. because fear only leads to procrastination. One way to build self-esteem and confidence is to get involved on campus. Join a campus club, a student organization, play a sport, or join many of the other activities available to you here at Beacon College. And take classes that interest you and make you critically think. Yes, there's going to be work that you must complete, and yes, there'll be much effort that you have to provide while you're here at Beacon College, but also have fun while you're here. Find that balance that is to your success. College is about learning, and some of the important things that you learn from college don't necessarily come from textbooks. Sometimes the things you gain while attending college come from your interactions and relationships that you establish with fellow classmates, faculty, and staff members. The next few years, you will build, shape, define yourself as an individual. You will be different after attending college. The difference is positive and life-changing. One thing I know for sure, I've been here 9 years, is that you will leave Beacon College with an increased sense of self-expression, self-sufficiency, and self-confidence, for sure. Look around you. You're not here for someone else, you're here for yourself, and that's what really matters. Have that attitude of gratitude and make those positive choices that honor your success and your happiness. Main thing is don't dwell on the past. Concentrate your mind on the here and now. Zig Ziglar, a speaker and author, has said that your attitude, not your aptitude or how smart you are, will determine your altitude or how far you get in life. In other words, believe in yourself with sincerity, enthusiasm, positive energy, because what you think about most is what you will bring about most. Take ownership of your college experience, and you will be better prepared to get the most out of your time here at Beacon College. It's also very important that you believe without a doubt that you will be successful and obtain your degree. This thought process will help you make those mature decisions regarding your academics, such as going to all your classes, doing your assignments, and asking for help when you need it. In the words of Jackson Brown, author of Jackson Brown, the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. You are now in your academic journey, and it's up to you to make this journey count. Your journey starts now. You have a clean slate, so why not do your very best? Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Perrone, for your welcoming remarks on behalf of the faculty, our academic and developmental support professionals, and those who administer our writing and literacy centers and mathematics lab. Beacon's success in student outcomes over the past decade can be traced beyond effective classroom instruction and academic support, so beyond the classroom activities, programs, and environments that define a healthy collegiate experience. At Beacon, we view each student holistically. In doing so, we take care to ensure that our co-curricular, our extracurricular, and residential offerings reflect the same dedication to student success that can be found in our classrooms. Much of the innovative programming external to the classroom and the Center for Student Success is led by professionals associated with our Division of Student Affairs. It is my pleasure to introduce our Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Carrie Greenstein.
Thank you, Dr. Chandler. Welcome to the Beacon College Class of 2023. New students, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you today on behalf of the Division of Student Affairs and the dedicated support staff throughout the college. I want you to know that you are now joining a community that cares deeply about one another, and we will do everything we can to help you be successful during your time here. However, I want to take a different approach today and talk briefly about failure rather than success. Dr. Perrone and I didn't coordinate this, though. Although this may seem a bit strange, given the pomp and circumstance for today's ceremony, I believe this may be the most helpful information I can share with you as you begin this journey. I think it is critically important to provide a little perspective and remind you that all of us, your fellow students, your parents, our faculty and staff, and even myself, although I sometimes don't like to admit it, have had failures in our lives. We've all made mistakes or face setbacks. The real question is how we respond in those situations. Do we wallow in our sorrows and get depressed? Or do we see the failure as a chance to learn and grow? Do you use it to motivate yourself to do better? I encourage each of you to embrace failure and use it as a learning experience. Parents, I know this is especially difficult for you, but allow your students to experience failure, because now is the best time to do that. Students, should you make a mistake or face a setback now, you won't be failing on your own. At Beacon, we provide the safety net to help you overcome those challenges. We provide the support to turn that experience into something valuable that allows you to come out better on the other side. The staff will be here to guide you and teach you. After all, this is an academic institution. Besides, it is much better to fail now when all of these supports surround you than after you leave us, when the consequences are significantly greater. I can think of countless examples where this has happened with students over the years, but none better than Sam Shapiro. Sam is sitting here behind me and will speak to you shortly as our SGA president, or student government president. Even Sam, a wonderful student leader with great potential for success, has made some mistakes in his time at Beacon. But Sam has used those mistakes to drive him, to do better, to improve himself, and become a stronger person and leader. While I don't expect all of you to become student government president, I do hope you see that example and know that it's okay to make mistakes. And when you do make a mistake, like Sam, own it, learn from it, and work to do better. Tomorrow, I'll get to speak further with you about life at Beacon and our expectations of you as students. I look forward to getting to know each of you and supporting you throughout your journey at Beacon, helping you overcome the failures, and then we'll celebrate your successes too. Again, welcome to Beacon.
Thank you, Dean Greenstein. You have just benefited from a description and a vision for the student experience at Beacon College. I now call upon the person best equipped on the stage to comment upon it, because like all students who choose our community as their academic home, they live the Beacon difference daily. Samuel Shapiro has been an active student leader since his arrival at Beacon. He now serves his fellow students as the president of the college's Student Government Association. It gives me great pleasure to call Sam to the podium to welcome and address you. Sam?
Thank you, Dr. Chandler. Welcome, class of 2023. Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna give you a pat. Okay, because I'm gonna try that again. We're gonna wake up a little, okay? So welcome, class of 2023. There we go, okay. My name is Sam Shapiro, and I'm your student government president. 6 years ago, if you had told me that I'd be on this stage giving this speech, 1, I would have had a panic attack. 2, I probably would have laughed at you. This may come as a shock for professors and people who have met me over the last couple of years, but I was a shy, quiet kid who didn't like talking to people, which is funny to me. I was like this because I was constantly told that I wasn't smart enough, good enough, and constantly told that I should give up on my dreams. But I knew that my heart was better than that, and I had a goal to prove them wrong. So every time someone would tell me these things, I would refer to myself as a bouncy ball, because the harder someone throws you down, the higher you get back up. So my new goal and mission was to become a leader and help people who are also told that they were not good enough. So I'm standing up here today to tell you, if you haven't heard this before, that you are good enough, that you are smart enough, and you are amazing. The proof is right in front of you, because you are sitting right now, right in front of me, ready to take this new, exciting journey. Put the past behind you and keep moving forward. This last year has been amazing. I have learned a lot about myself in a class called Beacon Experience, taught by Sarah Bailey. If you haven't met her yet, you will. Sarah is the director of orientation and first year experience. She also teaches a class called Beacon Experience. This class is very important to me because I had learned information about myself that I never would have known. With this class, it showed me that there were skills and traits that I haven't even begun to tap into or discover within myself. And to me, that's why it gets its name, Beacon Experience. Because the true Beacon Experience is your strengths and what you do with them through Beacon and beyond. The school is very special. Every single one of the people that work here every day believes in you, wants to see you complete your goal and live your dreams. The school is what you make of it. If you give the school 100%, it will give you 115% right back to you. And that's what makes this school special. Us, the students. We are driven, we are smart, and we can do anything we put our mind to. So I ask you, when you leave this room today, ask yourself, what is my Beacon Experience going to be? Because you're writing it right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for the welcoming and inspiring and all that you do with SGA. It is fair to say that upon arriving at Beacon, Serena Partlow was just like you today, anxiously awaiting to start her undergraduate experience at the college. We are justifiably proud of Serena's accomplishments and know that we will find her message to those entering Beacon College inspiring. It is my privilege to introduce Serena Partlow, who achieved a 3.98 grade point average as a member of the class of 2019. She will now deliver today's convocation address. Serena?
Okay, there we go, nice and loud. Ooh, now, before I get started, let's just all stretch a little bit, because I want your blood pumping in your heads and you listening to me, because I think that I have something important to say. And you're gonna remember like less than 10% of this, because if I am tired and wet and want to take a nap, I can only imagine what you feel like right now. So let's unfold this little crinkly paper here. Okay. Welcome class of 2023. I am so excited to welcome you. Last night while I was sitting in bed rocking back and forth, like in the dim lamplight, listening to soothing music, thinking, what am I gonna say? Oh my God! I was like, okay, what was the most important thing? What is the most possibly important thing that I could tell you that I wish that I could have told myself just a few years ago when I was sitting in the same place you were sitting? And I realized that there is a place for you. Somewhere, there's a place for you. Is it Beacon? Maybe, probably. There are people all over this school that work their hardest just to make sure that this can be a place for you, the place that you need to grow. The place where you can have a chance to become the person you didn't think you'd have a chance to become. In my before time, before Beacon, before Florida, before friendship, before love, before the sun, I lived in a small town called Juneau in southeast Alaska, 3,800 miles from here. It rained or snowed 330 days out of the year. I watched glaciers calve and retreat and burst with held water before me. I was spellbound by the immense natural beauty of the hemlock and spruce, the bogs full of ripe berries and streams bursting with salmon so full you could walk across them on their backs. I sat at the water and felt the deep, lonely rhythm of the giant basking shark swimming back and forth and back, and as much as I wanted, hoped, and cried for it, it was not my home. Beauty does not make a home. And when I fled here, it was the first thing I missed. To me, nothing could compare. I saw thick, choking vines, dry sand, and jutting, sharp palm fronds. And nevertheless, I opened myself to this place, and I found it was my place. The place I didn't know that I was looking for, where people cared about my becoming. They cared about me. No one had ever really cared about me, or, well, it's not really true. People cared about me. I've never really been able to lie, and that has gotten me in a lot of trouble. Some people cared about me, and as much as they cared, it didn't matter, not in a real way. And that's difficult to say, because even when they cared, they had no way of supporting me. They didn't understand what I needed, who I really was, what I really was, or they were too distant to do anything about it. In that faraway time, Serena meant annoying, eccentric, dispassionate, anxious, bad at school, bad at talking, bad at life. I dressed like a child because no one told me I was dressing like a child. I didn't know I was annoying because nobody told me. I didn't know how to be because nobody knew how to show me. Many of you have probably felt this way. Had even the professionals whose job it was to nurture, teach, and care for your minds and bodies demonize, demoralize, and dismiss you. And sometimes that turning away is the worst of all. We have lived in a world designed by people who work by a different set of rules. We are left-handed people in a world where everyone has two right hands. And they're angry when it takes us a moment to figure out how to open the door. Cut with scissors, introduce ourselves, and shake people's hands at the same time. They're angry when we can't bring a pencil to a page. And they turn away, and we're alone again. But there is a place for you. If you are lucky and you look, and you grab that place as hard as you can and hold on for dear life. Squeeze every drop of support like sweat from your palms. With time, you will find your grip strengthen, the reins go slack, and the wild bucking beast beneath you was in fact your own beating heart, your core, your choice, your life. And you will find yourself ready to walk across that stage, hand held high, knowing that the little piece of paper means so much more than filling out multiple choice questions and sitting silently at a desk for a few years. You have come from a place of darkness. I hope that Beacon can be your light. I hope that if you do move on, you find the place you need to grow. Because you deserve it. You deserve so much more than a right-handed world to keep on turning and turning away, waiting for you to fall off. There's a place for you. There's a place you need. There's a place you are needed. Go and live in it. Thank you.
Serena, thank you for sharing an inspiring message to the next generation of our proud collegiate community. Beacon is indeed fortunate to have a graduate whose legacy of service as a student continues to influence the Beacon experience today. Well done. When it is time for the president to speak, can the close of the ceremony be far away? I think not. It is my distinct privilege to introduce the third president of Beacon College, Dr. George Haggerty.
There's good news. I have extensive remarks to deliver today. There's better news that it's the only, the speech notes are the only things that are dry here right now, so I didn't think, I thought I'd get a better reaction from that. Thank you, Serena, thank you, Sam. I can tell you, if the faculty and parents and students didn't feel strong emotions from hearing what was just delivered, you might have been asleep. Because the truth of the matter is, I have never heard such eloquence on what is the Beacon experience. We as administrators and as faculty certainly know what our end of the Beacon experience is, what we're trying to deliver. But the truth of the matter is, when you hear this experience framed by the President of Student Government and a recent, very accomplished graduate of the college, it means a great deal. I owe two shout-outs. One is to all of the individuals who over the past 2 days helped with the move into the residence halls, because what we attempt to do at Beacon is to show you that we really do care, and we care from day one. So I'd like to thank all of those who helped the families and the students move into their residences. So thank you. And the second shout out is to our admissions and enrollment staff. We've brought in this year 129 freshmen. It's about 4 more than we had projected for. We have tried to keep the enrollments at about 435 for this year, and I think it will be just a little over. The admissions process is a very difficult and competitive one. We happen to believe that at Beacon College we have an extraordinary community. We are proud of our mission. We are proud of our liberal arts tradition. But it takes the people in admissions and enrollment to not only get that word out, but also to select what is this year the most accomplished class entering Beacon College. So thank you very much to the admissions staff. The class of 2023, congratulations. This is your first convocation. This is part of a rich academic tradition. We do it very early on to define the seriousness of purpose that we have. The pages are sticking together. I just want to tell you all the pages are actually, I guess they're not as dry as I thought they were. We're a proud academic community, and these convocations and the other academic ceremonies are traditions that you will become used to, as unfamiliar as they may be to you right now. And we want this tradition to be an enduring memory that you have of the way that you started Beacon, and an enduring legacy for your parents as well. And we also want to, in giving you this message, this image of what we are about, we want to know that the class of 2023 is very, very into this. And we tested this last night with Navigator Prep. Our message to you is that we are very serious about what we're doing here, and that the classroom is the centerpiece of all that we do. But we want for you to express to us your intentions academically for this institution. So I'm going to ask Serena and Sam to come help me a little bit with this. Let's see if we can pull this. Will the freshman class please rise? Incoming class. Here is the message for the faculty. You all set? You all must be wet because I didn't see the enthusiasm there that I had last night. We moved here about 6 years ago from overseas and came to Beacon and have had many international visitors. As you may know, my wife was raised in Ukraine, and we had some Ukrainian visitors about 3 years ago. And we wanted them to see our Florida, which we're very proud of. So with them, we started up in St. Augustine, which was incredible. They could see the diversity that really created this state. And then we brought them to Kennedy Space Center, which we stayed at all day. And then we went to Disney World, of course, went to Disney World. And the gentleman asked, when did the aliens come here and put this here on Earth? We then took them down to Florida because everybody from overseas has got to see Miami Beach. And then took them to a place that's one of our favorites called the Corkscrew Swamp. It's down near Naples. It's on the west end of the Everglades. It's absolutely magnificent, pristine. The gentleman who was with us was sitting as we were getting ready to leave. So this is the end of a pretty long week. And he was just sitting and shaking his head. And Oksana went up to him and asked him, was there anything wrong? His answer has always stuck with me. Sometimes my reality is more magnificent than my dreams. Sometimes my reality is more magnificent than my dreams. See, this is what we hope will be your legacy here at Beacon College. That whatever reality you understand right now, and it seems so distant from any dream that you have, we hope that it will exceed your dreams upon your graduation. And that is some of the magic of the Beacon experience. So now comes the serious part. There's a recipe for success at Beacon College. And the principles are fairly simple and straightforward. It's not particularly challenging. The first principle is be in college, not simply at college. Go to every class. Go to every class. The third one, establish trusting friendships and healthy social groups. And this one's in particular is particularly important for a number of our students. Get out of your rooms and into the community. But the most important one is on a campus and in a world in which you can be anything. Be kind. Be kind. Embrace your fellow students embrace your faculty, embrace all of those staff who are here, and particularly your fellow students. Embrace them with kindness and understanding. We have been awaiting your arrival, and our greatest hopes are with you. Please know that we are a community that is proud of you and proud for you, and that you will become our most enduring legacy. And it may take several weeks or months, but we know that ultimately you will be rocking us. And we will recognize ultimately that you are the champions, my friend. Thank you, and have a great orientation. Enjoy.
Thank you, Dr. Haggerty. With our platform party's remarks leading us to the promise of an extraordinary undergraduate experience here at Beacon, I would like to call again upon Dr. Greenstein to share with you important details of the several days ahead. Dr. Greenstein?
All right, so we have assembled a wonderful orientation staff that you guys met throughout the day, hopefully, as you were checking in and going around the tables and moving into your rooms. They have been working together for over a week now, building anticipation for you all to come and ready to help you with everything you need. So please utilize your orientation leaders, ask them questions, let them know any questions you might have. They're here to direct you and help you. With that, the really big message for tonight, please make sure that you pay attention, students. On your name badge is your meal group. Pay attention to your meal group and then follow the schedule. We do have 2 separate dining locations, and in order to make sure everyone has a chance to eat in the time allotted, we want to make sure that you follow where you're supposed to be so that there's space for everyone. So please pay attention to that, whether you're supposed to go to the chopping block or to the student center. We do have you split accordingly. For the rest of the week, once you get with your orientation leader and the orientation staff tonight, they will guide you the rest of the way. Parents, tonight after dinner, you will have a chance to meet with some of us up here and other administrators to answer some of your burning questions, to make sure that as we get started on day 1, we start to ease your anxieties as well, to know that when you leave us on Sunday, your students are in good hands. And so we have everything taken care of. Please follow the schedule. If you have questions, just ask, and we are more than happy to help you. And so enjoy dinner, and we will see everyone a little bit later. Thank you.
With our purposes for this convocation fairly met, it is my honor to call the opening ceremony of the 2019-2020 academic year to a conclusion. Congratulations, entering students and dear families. You have chosen your academic home well. And as you see, your life will unfold in ways unforeseen and unimagined when you first stepped on the campus of Beacon. This convocation is now concluded. As Professor Jamie Fleming and our piper lead out the platform party and faculty in procession, I respectfully request that you stand at your seats. Once the procession has departed the ceremony, we invite all new students and their families to proceed to dinner. Please follow the orientation schedule for your dining location. Students in the gold group will be at the chopping block for dinner, and those in the blue group will go to the student center. Programming will resume at 7:15 p.m. Students will be at the Tropic Theater, which is across from the chopping block, and parents will join Beacon Senior Leadership for a panel discussion at the Student Center. Will the platform party, faculty, and audience please rise? Dr. Fleming, will you do us the honor?